We could listen to these Brits talk all day. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British actors with iconic voices.
How could you make a song written by a machine sound so beautiful?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at actors from across the United Kingdom whose fame can be attributed to two things: acting talent and a truly unique voice. Number 10, Hugh Grant. This stuttering Englishman is best known for his work in rom-coms such as Notting Hill, Love Actually, and Bridget Jones's Diary.
So, how about a drink at my place? Totally innocent, no funny business, just full sex.
Not one to sport an American accent, or any kind of accent for that matter, Grant has made a career out of playing repressed or caddish Brits, using his acerbic wit, goofy mannerisms, and comedic charm to win over audiences throughout the 90s, aughties, and beyond.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, my pleasure.
Grant's accent falls into the category of received pronunciation, sometimes referred to as King's English. It invokes images of upper-class society and affluent British culture, and is as synonymous with Grant as his many iconic film roles.
Oh no. That is so inconvenient.
Number 9, Patrick Stewart. As prolific an actor as you're likely to find anywhere in the world, let alone Britain, Patrick Stewart has been at the helm of not one, but two iconic media properties.
Let's see what's out there. Engage.
The West Riding of Yorkshire native has lent his commanding voice, not to mention the rest of his body, to the Star Trek and X-Men franchises, with the classically trained actor infusing both a degree of professionalism and dramatic respectability.
Shut up. Give me a chance. I may be able to help you find some answers.
It didn't take long for industry leaders to see the potential in Stewart's instantly recognisable voice, and over the years he's appeared in a slew of animated films and TV shows, narrated audiobooks, and appeared in video games such as The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion.
I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Number 8, Alan Rickman. In 2008, a linguist and a sound engineer from Sheffield University conducted a study with the goal of identifying the perfect human voice. At the end of the study, they concluded that the perfect male voice was a combination of Jeremy Irons, more on him in a minute, and Alan Rickman's.
Let them fumble about outside and stay calm. This is simply the beginning.
This should hardly come as a surprise to anyone who's followed the late actor's career, as Rickman's haunting voice was once described by Helen Mirren as one that could suggest honey or a hidden stiletto blade.
Loxley! I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon!
From Die Hard to Harry Potter and everything in between, Alan Rickman's voice was one cinematic constant fans would pay top dollar to experience, and one that won't soon be forgotten.
We were just...
You want to be careful. People will think you're up to something.
Number 7, Judi Dench. Remember that study we mentioned a second ago? Well, it also determined that the perfect female voice was a combination of journalist Mariella Frostrup and acclaimed British thespian Dame Judi Dench.
Have her then, but you're a lordly fool. She's been plucked since I saw her last, and not by you. Takes a woman to know it.
In a career spanning 7 decades, Dench has constantly wowed audiences, both in film and on the stage, with her steadfast dedication to her craft, as well as her authoritative voice.
Enough! Outside! Now!
Dench's voice can be soft and forgiving, or direct and harsh, depending on the circumstances. Either way, it's the kind of voice that makes you sit up straight and pay attention.
I'm not an idiot, Mallory. I know I can't do this job forever, But I'll be damned if I'm going to leave the department in worse shape than I found it.
Number 6, John Hurt. With a voice that columnist Barbara Ellen once described as being the most distinctive in Britain, it's easy to see why John Hurt enjoyed a lengthy and fruitful career in the entertainment industry.
There is truth, and there is untruth.
Have been sighted proceeding a convoy in a northerly direction.
Freedom is the freedom to say 2 + 2 = 4.
The two-time Oscar nominee appeared in over 130 films from 1962 until his death in 2017, with the one constant being the surprisingly soothing sound of his intense, gravelly voice.
I have special classes in corruption at night school. If you get suspected of honesty, then you get disbarred.
While many are familiar with his starring roles in films like The Midnight Express and V for Vendetta, Hurt was also a prolific voice actor, lending his trademark sound to animated classics such as Watership Down and The Black Cauldron.
Where is it? Show me. Show me.
Number 5, Christopher Lee. Born in London's Belgravia district, Christopher Lee possessed one of Hollywood's most distinctive British voices. Perhaps that's how he managed to land roles in 3 of the industry's most successful franchises.
Forgive me, Mr. Bond. A vulgar display, but I couldn't resist it. Because I am so delighted to see you again. A harmless toy.
Lee's voice performance sent shivers down our spine when he played Francisco Scaramanga in the classic Bond flick, The Man with the Golden Gun, a skill he honed during his many times playing the villainous Count Dracula.
I'm glad that you've arrived safely.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula, and I welcome you to my house. I must apologize for not being here to greet you personally, but I trust that you have found everything you needed.
Later, he'd become world famous for playing a couple of baddies in the Star Wars prequels and the Lord of the Rings franchise, both of which required him to crank his deep and imposing voice to the max.
You know of what I speak, Gandalf. A great eye, lidless, wreathed in flame.
Number 4, Brian Blessed. A man whose voice needs no introduction, Brian Blessed's middle name may as well be booming.
Blood! Death! War!
From iconic British TV shows such as Blackadder to performances in varied and unexpected films like Flash Gordon and Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, and natural fits in Kenneth Branagh's classics such as Much Ado About Nothing, Blessed has proved time and time again that his unique vocal talents know no bounds.
God knows I love my niece, and she's dead, slandered to death by villains.
The legendary actor's voice is one that is instantly recognisable and was good enough to earn him the 6th spot on the Mirror's 2018 list of Britain's 50 favourite speaking voices.
Oh well, who wants to live forever?
Number 3, Jeremy Irons. As previously mentioned, it was discovered in 2008 that Jeremy Irons possesses one half of the perfect male voice, along with Alan Rickman. But let's be honest, we didn't need a study to tell us that.
You don't like that, do you? Good. I can use every ounce of your rage.
Gruff yet precise, smooth yet sinister. Irons' voice is one that can fit into many different moulds, and it has.
But I am absolutely innocent, and my civil liberties have been egregiously violated.
From an Oscar-winning performance in the 1990 drama Reversal of Fortune and a turn as Alfred Pennyworth in DC's Extended Universe, to playing 2 legendary cinematic villains in Scar from The Lion King and Simon Gruber in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Irons' voice has largely managed to avoid being typecast.
Of course not. I'm a soldier, not a monster.
Number 2, Sean Connery. Ranked at number 5 on the Mirror's list of Britain's 50 favourite speaking voices, Sean Connery's Scottish accent and powerful delivery are as synonymous with the actor as dry martinis and three-piece suits.
I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Connery first entered the pop culture lexicon playing James Bond in the 60s and 70s, offsetting his gruff, no-nonsense vocal performance during action sequences with a silky smooth delivery during romantic entanglements that had all the ladies in the audience swooning.
What would it take for you to see things my way?
A lot more than you've got.
How do you know?
As the years went on, Connery continued to use his distinctive voice to land roles in iconic films such as The Untouchables and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, while also providing the voice to characters such as Draco in flicks such as Dragonheart.
I don't want to kill you. I never did.
Before we unveil our top pick, here's some honorable mentions.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Love, love, hate. Put the fishtail next to the red blob. And change that mannequin, it's too fat.
Would you like a chili, baby? He won't be a boy forever. And winter is coming.
Number 1, Michael Caine. If there were a Hall of Fame for iconic British voices, Michael Caine would be one of the first actors voted in, unanimously, we might add.
Now, take me back to London.
Caine's voice is one every film fan has attempted to imitate at one point or another, with his performances in films such as The Italian Job, Hannah and Her Sisters, and the Dark Knight trilogy serving as prime examples for why he's been a consistent force in Hollywood since the 50s.
We all know how much you like to say, I told you so.
On that day, Master Wayne, even I won't want to. Probably.
Caine's Cockney accent helped represent an entire generation of working-class Londoners, and while there's no denying it's dropped an octave or two over the years, it's no less impressive. Few accents are as instantly recognisable as Michael Caine's, and for that, he's our number 1 pick.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.